Right. This is the last one. Would you rather shag Conor or have Hitler babies and be forced to finger them on the regular? This is obviously like made by somebody that was like some lads that were doing like a night in with some beers and stuff, and they have decided that their mate Conor is particularly unshaggable. Hello and welcome to another Would You Rather on Sam's Place. That's the name I'm sticking with for now, and I quite like it. Let's get right into this, shall we? Last episode, if anyone saw it, we ended with this. Would you rather have sex with an endless supply of supermodels who are all poor in bed, or have sex with only one ugly person who was great in bed? That's the thing, is that's almost kind of what you'd expect anyway, you know, because people that are typically, I think people that are more attractive don't do as much because they don't have to. It's like people that are supermodels are okay, but people that are ugly, I think, typically have better personalities because they have to find a way for people to like them. Like, because if you're beautiful, people just like you anyway for no reason. They're either jealous of you because you're beautiful, which is understandable. Speaking from experience, no, I'm not. I think they're either jealous or let's say we, because it sounds like I'm talking about myself, but I don't think I'm beautiful. I just think I'm an average dude. We typically, I think, don't like people. We either don't like and are jealous of people that are very good looking, or we treat them better. And even when we don't treat them better, like I know if I see someone, I've noticed someone that I find particularly attractive, I try not to be any different with them than I would be with anybody else. But it's like a conscious thing. I'm like, don't treat these people better than you treat someone else just because they're attractive. Don't do it. And yeah, so I find that difficult. Anyway, I'm complete sidetracked. But yeah, see, having someone that's good in bed is like, you wouldn't get bored, but that's not to say that they might get bored of you. Because it doesn't say how, if I'm me in bed, I'm not good at it either. Alright? So I'd rather have two people. I mean, I'd rather have multiple people that were just as bad at it as me when you have sex and you can't get any rhythm whatsoever, and you're kind of like, you're in doggy, and then when you're pulling out, she's pulling away, and then when you're pulling out, she's pushing back, and then when you're pushing in, she's pulling away, and it's like you never actually get the whole dick in there. That's what that is. That's me. But I'd rather have that multiple times than have someone that's really good at it and me just like come in like 3 seconds, which I probably would anyway. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna, and also, you know, it's gonna be even harder to be attracted to this person. You know, it's gonna be really hard to get started. I mean, she can do it with her sex skills, but it'd be so much easier here. You can kind of just walk in with an erection. So I'm going to go for more people. Yeah, okay, there's not that much difference, to be honest with you. 37% of people would rather have an ugly person, and I can understand why. What's the next one? Would you rather have a real-life working lightsaber or save an African starving child who you don't know and never will? I don't think a lightsaber would be as cool as people think it is. Like, the only reason Jedi and Sith are really good at using a lightsaber is because they know they won't cut their own limbs off because they've got... Like, what are you going to do with it? You're going to say to people, I have a lightsaber, aren't you? You're going to do the same thing that you would do if you saved an African child. You're going to brag about it. And you're like, yeah, we saved an African child. Me and the missus saved an African child the other day. Yeah, save them from starving. And you're going to do the same thing. You'd be like, yeah, well, you probably wouldn't have a missus if you're going to choose the lightsaber, unless she's really into it too. It's lightsaber. It's really cool. It's really cool. Oh, really? What have you done with it? I kind of just put it on my shelf for now. I mean, there's only a limited amount of things that I can do with it, because it is a deadly weapon, so I can't really carry it around with me. That's not legal. I mean, even if you're in America, you have the right to bear arms, but I don't think lightsabers would encompass that. Yeah, I melted some stuff. That was cool. What else did I do? One good thing I did do was my friend's finger got caught in a bear trap, and when we released him, it was spurting blood and stuff. So I turned it on and we just kind of cauterized it, and then we went to the hospital. It's like, oh wow, what did they say? They weren't happy about us cauterizing the wound. But yeah, I think I'd probably save an African starving child. I don't need them to know it was me. I don't need anyone to know it was me. It doesn't really matter. I'm not doing it for the accomplishment. I don't need the outside source to tell me that it would be better, like that I'm a good person for doing the things I do. I think I'm a good person for doing the things I do anyway, and that includes murder. Yes, that's right. I'm a psychopath. Anyway, Africa, 59%. Yeah. Right. This is the last one. Would you rather shag Conor or have Hitler babies and be forced to finger them on the regular? This is obviously like made by somebody that was like some lads that were doing like a night in with some beers and stuff, and they have decided that their mate Conor is particularly unshaggable. or not necessarily lads, maybe it could be girls as well, but they've all decided collectively that shagging Conor is undoable. Alright, so the next thing they've done, I thought, what would be as bad as shagging Conor? And they were like, having Hitler's babies is like, to be honest, someone's there like, to be honest, I think I'd rather still have Hitler's babies. It's like, okay, but you're forced to finger them on the regular, and they're all like, shit, that's a tough one. These fucking people. Funny though. I'm gonna have to shag Conor. 64% of people would shag Conor. Wow, that's all. So 36% of people would still rather oh god. Anyway, this is one that you can do at home if you want to. Would you rather wake up after a night out in a yellow skip having shat yourself, or you kiss a really rather attractive individual after a few hours of chatting and getting along, only to find out that they are your cousin? Dun, dun, dun. Anyway, till next time, have a very, very, very good Easter.